In today's commentary, Community Reporters contributor Bagudu Mohammed wrote, "Elections in Nigeria, the governors or the people? Politics in Nigeria has never been a dull theater. It thrives on suspense, defection dramas, and the constant choreography of power. Lately, the nation's political landscape has resembled a revolving door. Governors, senators, and lawmakers shuffling in and out of parties with astonishing speed. Within just 48 hours, the governors of Enugu and Bayelsa, Peter Emba and Doyediri, have switched allegiance to the ruling APC, dragging along a convoy of lawmakers and loyalists. And if the whispers from political corridors are to be believed, Taraba's Agbu Kefas and several others may soon join the exodus. The numbers speak louder than press statements. The PDP now controls only 8 states, while the APC holds sway over 25. In the Senate, the APC boasts 73 members, about 67%. And in the House of Representatives, its 236 seats tower over the PDP's 80, according to Daily Trust, October 15, 2025. Clearly, the political arithmetic is shifting, and fast. Supporters of the ruling party hail these defections as divine endorsement, proof that Providence is smiling on them ahead of 2027. Opposition loyalists, stung and defensive, insist that the people, not governors or political heavyweights, decide elections. It's a familiar debate that sits at the heart of Nigeria's democracy. Who really calls the shots, the people or the power brokers? But human psychology, as history shows, has a way of betraying consistency. Social psychologist Leon Festinger's theory of cognitive dissonance reminds us that people embrace narratives that comfort them, even when the facts disagree. Those who once celebrated high-profile defections as signs of momentum now dismiss them as irrelevant. Those who mocked elite influence suddenly discover its moral weight when it serves their cause. When the ADC coalition emerged under the blessing of figures like former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, euphoria swept through the opposition space. Every defector, no matter how obscure, was celebrated like a political messiah. The digital squares of social media became temples of hope. "More are coming" became the daily gospel. Yet the same voices that hailed defections as victories of destiny now chant that the people truly matter. Such selective memory, it seems, is a timeless feature of Nigerian political romanticism. History, however, is a stubborn witness. In 2015, Nigeria witnessed its first-ever defeat of an incumbent president. It wasn't through a spontaneous people's uprising, but through a masterclass in elite realignment, a symphony of defections, coalition building, and shared ambition. Buhari's triumph, celebrated as a people's revolution, was in truth a masterpiece of elite consensus against an overconfident incumbent. Ironically, Buhari himself had contested multiple elections without elite support, relying almost entirely on his cult-like popularity. Yet it was only when the political titans, governors, lawmakers, financiers, and party lords pitched their tents with him that victory became possible. Popularity without structure, money and institutional loyalty, as political scientists like Richard Katz have long argued, is like a river without banks. Passionate, yes, but directionless. Tinubu's 2023 victory tells a related story. Despite his party's federal dominance, he lost in Lagos and Abuja, cities where political sophistication often outweighs sentiment. Opposition voices point to these results as proof that incumbency can be defeated, perhaps, but those cases are exceptions, not the rule in Nigeria's complex electoral ecosystem. So who really decides elections in Nigeria, the people or the power brokers? The honest answer, both, but not equally. The elites tilt the scale. Governors, legislators, and financiers form the backbone of electoral strategy. Their networks, resources, and control of party structures translate into votes. The ordinary citizen participates, yes, but often within boundaries drawn by elite consensus. Karl Marx once wrote, "Men make their own history, but not in circumstances of their own choosing." Nigerian voters act within conditions crafted by political elites. Money, of course, remains the bloodstream of our democracy. Campaigns aren't powered by ideals alone, but by logistics, mobilization, media, agents, security, and yes, stomach infrastructure. The masses rarely rally for free. They are persuaded, mobilized, sometimes bought, often motivated by hope or handouts. Hence, the ruling party enjoys a natural edge, access to state resources and the machinery to distribute them. And then there's apathy, the silent partner of incumbency. Millions roar on social media but vanish on election day like shadows at noon. The streets are left to party agents, loyalists, and the politically invested, Few who treat elections not as civic duty but as a profession. The people's supposed power dissolves into indifference, and the elite's coordination prevails. To claim that the people decide without acknowledging these realities is to romanticize democracy. In truth, Nigerian democracy is an elite orchestra performed to a popular audience. The people cheer, sing, sometimes vote, but the score is written elsewhere. Until citizens translate anger into action, tweets into turnout, and emotions into electoral energy, the balance of power will remain what it is, tilted toward those who understand that politics is not a moral contest but a strategic enterprise. So when next you hear of another defection, pause before you scoff. In Nigeria, political migration is not betrayal. It is often prophecy. Today, commentary was written by Bagudu Mohammed and edited by Kingdom Chieche Nwafor.